everyone, it's Amy from Create, Decorate, Educate, and today we're going to be making an awning. We're going to be using this tri-fold project display board from the Dollar Tree that has those 3 panels like you would use for a science fair project. And we're only going to actually use half of it. Now you can use both sides if you have a longer bulletin board. These awnings make a great conversation piece on your bulletin board. It really jazzes it up. You could put this on a window, a door, anything that you want to really highlight in your room. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to put a board down here just to protect my surface. You're going to need your display board, and I like to use an X-Acto knife. So this is from the Dollar Tree, and I think they're great. They're really sharp. Okay, so open up your display board. And we are going to use this panel right here on the end. And we're going to measure about 4 inches from this fold line this way. About 4 inches, do it 5, do it 3. It really doesn't matter so much. I'm just going to kind of make a mark here. And make a mark here. And I'm going to take this, my X-Acto knife, and I'm going to cut. I really like this ruler because you can make sure that you're lining everything up neatly. I'm not very good at cutting straight. All right, I'm going to take this, cut it down. Like I said, you're going to want something to protect your surface so you don't scratch it up. Okay, I'm going to go through this just one more time to make sure it's cut all the way through. And then we're going to save the other side for another awning. Most of the time I have to piece 2 together for bulletin boards, but just for demonstration purposes, I'm only going to use 1. If you're going to put 2 together, I would use that clear packing tape to attach them. I find that that works the best. All right, so now we're left with this. So we have the part that is kind of folded up and this longer panel here. What I'm going to do is just fold this actually backwards. And as you can see, this part here is what's going to attach to your bulletin board or your wall or your door. And then this is going to be your awning. And it's really nice because it kind of stays up on its own anyway. But what I'd like to do is make a little lip here so the awning kind of points downward a little bit. So I'm going to take the edge here. And I'm going to go in about 2 inches. And you'll see why I want this to be a much smaller cut line. And actually, we're not going to be cutting all the way through. We're just going to be scoring it because we want it to stay attached. So again, I'm just going to take about 2 inches. I'm going to score it so I can bend it down, and you'll see why. I don't know if I went through it. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, I did not go all the way through, right? I just scored it so I can bend it down. All right, so this is what we have so far. We have about 2 inches here, about 4 inches here, and the rest in the middle. This gets bent back towards the wall. You won't even see that part. This is now your awning with this lip that comes down. Okay, so from here, you can decorate it any way that you like. So I'm done with using my knife, so I'm going to put that away so you guys can see this a little bit better. Okay, so we have the knife, we have the board, and we have our lip. I like to use a scalloped border for the bottom. I think it really holds, I think it really just looks nice. And I'll show you what it looks like before I attach it. So, as you can see, here is your awning, and this is what will be hanging down. Okay, so border is great. The scallop border, I think, works perfectly. You can double it up. This one already has the black and white, but you can double up colors if you would like. So when we fold this, you see that we have this crease. What you're going to want to do is when we attach this to this, we just want it to come up just a little bit. So when it's folded, we don't see that line. Okay. All right. So right now I'm going to use actually some double stick tape. I like to use double stick tape. You could certainly hot glue it if you want, or use a glue stick. I'm not sure a glue stick would be the best. But it will actually, but you'll be able to reuse it if you use a glue stick. So I'm going to use some of this double stick tape that I got from Dollar Tree, and they actually give you a lot on here. And I'm going to attach this at the bottom with double stick tape. That way, I'll be able to reuse this, which is, next year, if I change my decor, I can take off this black and white and add something else. So I'm just going to attach it here, one end. Peel off the backing. Yeah. All right, and this is why you want this edge to be like 2 inches or less. That's because you don't want this hanging through your scallop. You don't want to be able to see it. Okay, so this is a nice large border, so I have plenty of room. You want to kind of measure from the shortest part to the top to see how much you need. If you do it too big, you're going to see it coming through. All right, we don't want to see that coming through. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to go just above, but I didn't put glue up here because I still want it to bend. Just above, and making sure that it does not come through there. Okay, and so right now I'm going to attach the rest of it all the way to the end. Okay, and you're going to want to just cut off the excess. Perfect. Okay, so far this is what we have, and you can certainly leave it like this if you want to keep it white. Let me show you some options though. You're gonna see me feature a lot of awnings in my bulletin board videos, and you're gonna get a lot more ideas. But this is the basic awning out of a Dollar Tree trifold board. Okay, so once you have the basics, you can do anything you want with it. You can cover it with fabric. I've done wrapping paper with stripes. This time I'm gonna actually use some border, okay? I found this border at Hobby Lobby. It's by Making the Grade. It was $4.99, and it was 40% off. Okay, you get 12 of these in a pack, and it's double-sided. Okay, I'm going to use the buffalo check. All right, now remember, this goes to the wall. This part right here, you do not need to do anything to it. So we're really just concentrating from here down. All right, let's get our glue, double-sided tape. All right. And I'm not going to glue that crease or tape that crease. All right. So what I'm going to do is cover this. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this up just a little bit so you don't see that bend. Okay? Just like we did here. I'll go to the other side in a second. So here is the other one. I'm going to line that one up as close as I can. And then I'm going to need a third. Now let's see. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tuck this in. Let's see if this will work. Okay, I am just going to line it up, I think, because then I'm going to cut what I don't need off. It might be too short. Okay. All right. So again, you can use fabric. You can use wrapping paper. I love using wrapping paper. You'll see a lot in a lot of my videos. I use wrapping paper. Okay, so, all right. So from here, I see that I'm going to need to cut right here on this line. If you are using fabric, you can get one of those spray adhesives. That works really well. You can probably hear my dogs in the background barking at something. Just a little bit more. And cut that off. Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay, let's go to the other side. Tack that down, and we can put a little bit in the middle. And where's my tape? There we go. I'm going to tack it down on this side as well. I like using this border because, or any border, because you really can coordinate your classroom using the same materials. All right, there we go. All right, I'm just going to trim this off and we are just about done. And here is your awning. So hang this up on a bulletin board, on a window. You can tack it down a little bit more here. You can put anything. You can line this up with something else. You could put tassels hanging from the bottom. So many ideas. Okay, and it's very lightweight. So all you have to do is staple this into your bulletin board. You probably need a little heavy duty stapler. If you have a metal rim around your bulletin board, you can hot glue it to your bulletin board, the metal part, because it'll come off nicely from there. You can also put a little painter's tape back here and then hot glue it, okay? So that's it. I hope you like the basic tutorial of the awning. I love to see your pictures and your comments below on how you're going to use this in your classroom. So don't forget to subscribe and like our video if you'd like to see more. Thanks so much for joining us.